Sparkly, it's Fizzy and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can manifest anything that you want, and this is just based off what I've gone through. And honestly, I wasn't planning on making this video, but something in my gut was like, you know, let's do this video because I just have a feeling. So I hope you enjoy it. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you felt a vibe. I'll much appreciate it in this hot sunny weather. Anyway, so the first thing that I've done to like manifest what I want, it's might be healthy, but this is a surprising one that I've done before. But basically with manifesting, you're usually told that you need to just manifest what you want and let it go, be calm and whatnot. With the way I've manifested this, so like my dream job, certain things that I've wanted to do, and I just stress over it because I really want it. I would just like stress over something, like I want this, and I just stress over it so much, and I would do it to a point where it's like, okay, there's no hope, there's no point anymore, because I just keep stressing it, and my body is just like, you know, oh my god, it's just like, you know what, just let it go, because if you keep stressing over this or wanting or being fixated on it so much, then it's just wasting your time and your energy. So I just let it go, and then before I knew it, in like, it doesn't happen instantly, but sometimes like in like a month's time, in a week's time, I end up getting what I want, and I'm like, you're joking, you are joking. And it baffles me when it happens. It baffles me. I start laughing, like, seriously. And it's not like a forced stress, like when I know, if I do this it will work, so I stress over something. It's when I just do it naturally, when I stress over something naturally, like I want this, I really want this, I remember this happened when I wanted to go to a water park. I was just always on it. It's so stupid. I was always on it. And when I went to Tenerife, I saw the opportunity to go to a water park. I knew there was one there, and then I ended up going. I had a time of my life. It was like, and you know what? Here's a funny story. Okay, so it rained. It was like rain, and there was storm. There was a storm as well. You could hear the thunder. And I was like, it was a day that I wanted to go, and it was also like raining during that like era, like during those few days that I was there, and I was only there for like 5 days, and I was like, really, this is one opportunity for me to like go. I was so upset. I was like, oh my god, I just want to go to a water park. Out of all the things I want to just a water park, because that's my vibe. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go. I ended up going, and then they said it's still open. I was like, thank god it's still open. And they said we might close down if it gets too bad. I was like, oh really? Like, why god, why? I'm not religious, that religious bug. I was like, why me? I manifested so long. And then because it was raining, because it's thundery, and they said they might close, the water park was so freaking quiet. Bear in mind, this was in September, so it's understandable, but still, the water park was so quiet. There were barely any people there. I had the opportunity to go to I went on every single ride except for the kiddie rides. That is not really necessary. I want to see every single ride. I was so tired even. I enjoyed every single ride. I went on every single ride, and then I had the opportunity to go to on them again. God, I don't know how the energy. I was like, this place is big. I don't have energy. Oh my god. But oh my god. And it was because of the weather. So I was like, oh. And also, there was a lady that we ended up speaking to, and she was like, oh, the last time I went, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go on 1 or 2 rides. Literally less than 2 rides, I think she said, because it was so crowded, it was so busy. And this was like during the summertime, and I went in like the second week of September, and because of that, because it was so sunny, everyone wanted to go, she wasn't able to go into any of the rides. But here it's like, it was slightly sunny, no, it was like raining, so because of that I was able to go enjoy every single ride on our water park. So I'm so thankful for that. That sounds so sad, but I was so thankful. I was like, oh, it makes sense now. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god, it makes sense. What? Oh my god, I was so shocked. Also, there was something, I was like talking to my mom, I was stressing over to her about it. I'm not gonna say what it was because I'm not allowed to, but I was stressing. I was like, I want this, I worked so hard for this, I was so angry. And then my mom was just, let go, let it be, you need to let it go, just chill, relax, chill, calm down. And I was like, you know what, fine, calm down. A week later, I ended up getting what I want, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And that same thing happened again the following year, but there was like a delay, and I was calm at that time. But I waited a few months later, and I ended up getting what I wanted, because I was calmer more this time, but I knew I wanted it. I was just firm. I was firm about it. Like, I want this. And even though the time had passed for me to get what I wanted, I ended up getting it anyway. And because I think there were delays and things were busy, so they couldn't really focus on that. But they were planning on doing that because they do it every year. But yeah, I was so thankful. I was like, yes, because it just felt right. Like, yeah, I just expected it, and I ended up getting it. So yeah, there's that. When you stress and fixate over something and then let it go, it can be a calm stress. It doesn't have to be like a. Another way I've done it is like through a lingering thought. Like, this is so weird. Like, oh my, this is so weird. So sometimes I just have these thoughts. I remember I wanted to go to a concert with Remy Wolf, but I remember she was playing last year, I think with Olivia Rodrigo, and it's like, oh, it's in London, it's far away, it's gonna be so expensive, it's just gonna be long. But I really wanted to go because I was like, oh, that would be my vibe. I would absolutely love to go, but I was like, you know what, I don't have time, so let's not go. And then the ticket prices are very high, especially since it's Olivia Rodrigo's like concert thing. I was like, ooh, it's gonna be expensive. But I was like, you know what, let's not go. And then a month and a half later, around that time, my sister messages me and says that, Remy Wolf is performing in like wintertime, and I was like, do you want to go? Because she's going with her friends. And I was like, what? I was literally like, the other day, wait, what? That was so cool. I was like, wow. It wasn't even like a forced manifestation. I really want it. It was like this is so me. I would enjoy going to this. And I was like, you know, let's just let it go. I was so shocked. Like, what? And I'm so thankful that I let it go, because I ended up getting what I wanted effortlessly. So yeah, but of course I had to pay for the ticket and like the train ticket, because it was all the way in Manchester. So yeah, and so it wasn't that effortless, but you know, it was like kind of, the opportunity was given. The same thing happened with my dream job. It wasn't a thought. It was just, I was asked the question when I was doing my apprenticeship. They asked me, like my colleagues, my peers, they asked me, oh, what type of company would you want to go into? Because we were just doing our apprenticeship, and naturally you might want to go to another company to like expand your skills and whatnot. And I was saying a few things. I was stating that I wanted to work in this type of industry. I wanted to and I had in mind what I enjoyed in that job. There was a certain aspect of that job that I enjoyed. And I was like, yeah, I kind of want to work in that. And then, of course, it took like, you know, some like good interviewing to actually making my CV, doing the interviews and whatnot. And then like in the job that I got, 4 months into it, I was like, this is basically my dream job. Like, this is what I wanted. When they asked me, this is exactly what I wanted. There were other aspects of the job that I really liked and wanted, and I ended up getting it, and I was like so shocked. I was like there were various aspects that I wanted. I was just very shocked. I was like, what? You need to fixate on it. Fixate. Know that you truly want it. So it's like a force. I want this. You're willing, as in like a mindset of like, you're willing to do the things you need to do in order to get to where you need to, and the sacrifice you need to make, and understanding that even if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. It's just what I want. But if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. It's just what I want. Because I didn't think that at the time. It's just what I want. I'm working towards it. And I was fixating on it, and I knew I deserved it. I was fixating on it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just, when your body's like, okay, you're doing too much. Your stress is getting to my gut. Like, your body can tell when your stress is like getting to your gut. So he's like, you need to stop it and let it go, and then, but still have in mind that you want it. Like, it's in the back of the mind. It's something you have in mind and you still want it. That works for me. But can't be a forced stress. Like the lingering thought thing, the same thing happens with food. Sometimes I'm thinking about food, and then bam, I'm in another city, and like the opportunity gets given to me where, oh, let's go to this place. I'm like, I want us to go here, and you're offering this opportunity. I really want to go here. What? It's crazy. And oh my, it happens so many times. Like, sometimes I don't fix it. Like the lingering thought. I remember I was watching a video of a YouTuber, and she went to a sip and paint, and then I was like, oh, this is so cool. I'd love to go to one of these. A few months later, or like a few either weeks or months, it wasn't that long, and then one of my friends was doing it for her birthday, and I was like, it was like, I loved it. It was vibes. It was just fun. There was dancing. It was just fun music, dancing, painting. It was so fun. And I was like, I literally wanted to go to this. What the flip? Okay, so the third thing would be to follow your gut. And I know it sounds vague. It sounds so vague, but know what you want, but follow your gut. It sounds so vague, but you never know the direction, like the universe or is trying to like push you towards. You may think does not make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Or why are you making me go through all these hoops to get where I want? Because that's just how it is. Like, it's just how it is. You can't always get to A to B. I remember I was like, because I'm usually in London, and I'm also meeting new people in London and whatnot. There are a list of things. I have a bucket list, so the list of things I want to do. So in that list of things, I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and I do it based on like your personality, what it is that you like. Like, I try to ask, what hobbies do you like, what type of person are you, and I would just like message people. I'm like, oh, let's do this with so and so because I feel like they like that. Da, 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 da. And I did this to my friend who's my neighbor, and then she was like, oh my god, I was talking to my friend the other day about this, that I wanted to go, and I was like, oh my god, manifestations are linking together, or like, yeah, connecting. But honestly, she was like, this happened again. This occurrence happened again. I was talking to this other person, and she was like, oh, I've been wanting to actually go to this thing that you're suggesting. And it also happened to my other friend, where I suggested let's go to, because it was like theatre season. I was like, let's go to Lion King, and she was like, yeah, I've always wanted to watch Lion King, and that was like on my like top 10 things to do this year, Lion King, and also like Thor Park, things like that. And I've been asking the right people for some reason. I don't know why. I know I've been working on my manifestation power and whatnot, but for some reason it's been working. I was like, oh my god, okay. So another thing is to tell the universe, or what is it that you want, and then strive towards it. Invest in it, invest yourself in it, and see if it's what you truly want. And that's in terms of like knowing that you need to sacrifice certain time, like a time limit. Some things take 5 years to achieve, only because that's just the standard for it. Like, if you want to become a doctor, you're not going to do it in like 4 months. You're going to have to do it for a couple of years. So there are like limitations to it. This, you need to understand what it is who is it that you need to become, and like how is it that they behave, what are the things that they do in order for you to become that person, or to be able to achieve that goal. And ask yourself, are you willing to become that person? Because there are times in your life where you want to achieve something, you want to do something, but you know deep down inside you're not willing to do what you need to do. Like, you want to say, oh, I want to be fit person, I want to be athletic, but you're not willing to go to the park and run. You're not willing to see what food works best for your body. You're not willing to invest in a smart scale. I bought one the other day, yeah, so they're quite good, but you're not willing to become the person that you need to be in order to get what you want. You're not working towards it, so you can't achieve it. You can't manifest it because you're not willing to put in the action. Another thing you can do is focus more on what it is that you want. So this kind of applies to when I'm losing weight. So I usually have a goal in mind. I fixate on that goal, and because it just works. When I have a number, it's just easier. I usually achieve it, or I'm like 0.5 kilograms away from it, because I just have a set goal in mind, and it's easier to achieve. And also focusing more, because when I focus on, oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't eat junk food, don't drink fizzy food, don't drink fizzy drinks, don't have too much sugar, because I'm focusing on things that I shouldn't do. It's always on my mind. Don't do this, don't do that. So because it's always on my mind, and I'm just annoyed that it's always on my mind. So I just want to get rid of it and just do it because it's always on my mind. But if I start thinking of things like, oh, eat more salads, drink more water, exercise more, walk more, things like that, or have a diet plan in place, use a smart scale, things like when I have those things in mind, then I feel like I'm easily influenced to achieve what I need to achieve, and it works more effectively because that's what I want. Same things with like just natural things in life. I know that I want to go out more, then I think about it more. I think about different ideas. And not just that, when you start focusing more on what you want, you start seeing the opportunities, like the things you never saw before. You start seeing them because that's what you're attracted to, that's what you want. So you start seeing these things like, oh, events, in terms of me, like when I want to go events, people who want to go to different things, food restaurant places, the opportunities in like different cities of places that you can go to, because my focus is on that. So I highly recommend focusing more on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want to do, focus on what you want to do. Oh, I just so cool. I just got some on. It is so hot, it's burning. Okay, and that's the end of the video. I hope you have a lovely time. Cheers to you for watching this video, and that's the end of the video. I hope you have a lovely day, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you follow vibe. Anyway, sparkle bee, that's the end of the video. Have a lovely day. Toodles.